Once you have found a suitable vacancy, you will be motivated to respond to it by submitting your application. For this to be effective, it is of course advisable to apply in such a way that the employer receives a response from the candidate they are looking for. Therefore, it is necessary to find out who the employer is and who they are looking for. This is what this video will talk about. Of course, if the company has a name and a website, you can find out how fast it is growing and how dynamic it is. In other words, you will find out what the employer has written about himself, or what others have written about him, but at his request. It is important to remember that the ability to post jobs and view resumes on reputable employment sites costs money, which the employer must pay on a regular basis. And the more reputable the sites, the more expensive these services are. This amount is included in the annual budget of the recruiting department. Thus, the solvency of the company can be judged by how many reputable sites it is represented on. At the same time, a lack of vacancies and resumes can indicate insufficient staff turnover. On the other hand, if a company has a large volume of recruitment work and is too greedy to allocate money for participation in employment sites, it is most likely a frivolous and dubious company that uses third-rate employment sites or does not use them at all. It will be important to look for information about the employer in public official government databases. In the court registry, you will be able to find out how many lawsuits have been filed against and by the employer over a certain period of time, as well as what the employer has been sued for. You can also see how often the employer wins and loses lawsuits. In general, it is advisable to check the employer against all open official databases. For example, if you find that the company has changed several directors in a short period of time, this is an indication that something is wrong with the company. Once you have decided on the company offering the job, you can start looking at the job itself. After working on job sites for a while, you will notice that some jobs have been open for a long time. This suggests that the employer has many openings for the same position, or that they have been unable to find someone to fill the position for a long time. In reality, there could be anything out there, and usually nothing good. That is, a huge amount of work with unbearable conditions for a small salary, an idiotic boss who keeps hiring unsuitable people, and so on. After all, a good job does not remain unfilled for long, especially nowadays. If the vacancy appears regularly and this happens frequently, the problems
I don't know what your reputation is in this town.
Can be the same. To review a job posting on job boards, go to the For Employers section or the CV search section and enter the name of the employer's company in the search box. Once you click on the search icon, you will see the resumes of people who have worked for the employer or are still working for the employer and are looking for a new job. By analyzing these resumes, you can get an idea of which positions the employer has the highest turnover of employees, what these employees have done, what age of employees the employer would like to see, and much more. This information is very important for CV writing and interview preparation. As a result of the above steps, you will have a good idea of the employer and the job. You can then move on to writing a resume for the job and sending it to the employer.
What? Money, man, money.
How to do this effectively so you don't miss out on the job is explained in our videos. So watch them, like them, and follow us. Get more useful information for your job success.